Hi there, thanks for watching my video. It was a nice sunny day today, so I decided to go out into the garden. It's a little bit windy, but good enough for YouTube. Right, so I'm guessing that maybe you're considering hypnotherapy for yourself and decided to do some research. Perhaps you're wondering what it's like. What would your actual experience of hypnotherapy session be like? Or maybe you want to check me out. That's fine too. Therapy is very much about the relationship between the therapist and client, so it's very important to choose someone you feel comfortable with. I thought it would be helpful to make a short video to let you know what might happen when you choose to join me for hypnotherapy. And so I guess the first thing to say is that hypnotherapy can be used in a traditional consulting room setting, or it can be conducted online. I see many clients online, and yes, hypnosis works extremely well online. So for some people it's very convenient since it can be done from anywhere in the world. And of course there's also the option to work together face-to-face in my consulting room here in St Albans or in London. Sadly not in my garden though, due to the unreliability of the British weather, which is a pity. Okay, perhaps the next thing to say is that hypnotherapy is exactly that. It's a mixture of hypnosis and therapy. For the most part, hypnotherapy sessions are like other talking therapies, for example psychotherapy, where the therapist spends time talking with the client with the hope of getting a deeper understanding of their problem and indeed supporting them through that process. This is how I begin work with any new client, simply having a chat with them about the issue that's bothering them and trying to tune into them. I'm trying to understand both the client and to get a better understanding of the problem they're having. Now, with some clients, that can be a relatively short experience, usually between 3 to 6 sessions. But for others, we need a little more time, since it may require a longer, more in-depth look at the issue that they're trying to deal with. So for the most part, the therapy session will consist of simply talking with me, trying to make sure that it's a warm and safe environment where my client feels fully supported and listened to. It may or may not be necessary to use hypnosis at each and every session. In some respects, I'm led by the client there and the pace at which they like to work. Okay, so now let's take a look at the experience of hypnosis itself. Hypnosis is a gentle, relaxing process whereby the client is guided into a trance so that they may receive therapeutic messages. To know what that may feel like, maybe you've been driving your car on a long journey on a motorway, let's say, which can become fairly monotonous, and so you find yourself, your mind has started to drift, it's drifted off somewhere, and before you know it, you come out of this trance-like state and you realize you've been driving for quite a distance, and along that journey you've passed cows in the field, service stations, you've indicated, you've overtook other cars, you were still able to do all of the things you need to do in order to drive safely, but your mind was somewhere else, perhaps on a beach somewhere. So that feeling, that daydreamy feeling, is very similar to the hypnotic state, and most people can enter into that state fairly easily and indeed find it very enjoyable. To just get technical for a moment, in that hypnotic state your brainwaves shift and they're no longer in that fully alert, fully switched on mode, and they're certainly not in REM or deep sleep mode. They're somewhere in between. maybe on a sunny day like today, for example. Maybe you've been doing a bit of gardening and you found your imagination taking you off somewhere else. This state is very useful in therapy. Your mind's very suggestible and it's open to new ideas in this state. It's why advertisers love this slightly daydreamy state also. Many people's experience of hypnosis is via the stage hypnotist. The hypnotherapy environment is not like this at all. I can't get you to do or say anything in trance that you would not do or say when fully conscious. So I think that it's a point worth making. In a trance, you remain fully in control. You might think of hypnotherapy as simply a nice, relaxing experience where I'll attempt to replace any patterns of thinking that may not be helpful in your life right now with more positive or useful patterns of thought. Okay, what type of things can hypnosis be useful for treating? Well, hypnosis can be used to treat a wide range of problems such as anxiety, low self-esteem, lack of confidence. I work with clients who have stage fright, they've lost their creative mojo, their libido. I also work with people who simply want to pass their driving test or improve their public speaking. Or they're nervous about flying. And as a recent UK government report discussed, therapy can be more effective at dealing with chronic pain than painkillers, and of course without the associated risks. I certainly see people with chronic pain, and in that I'm including migraine. And I can say that hypnotherapy has proved to be extremely effective. It's really been very helpful with that. Hypnotherapy is also a helpful way of treating things like IBS and eczema. And I know what a blight on people's lives both of those things can be. I think that's probably the main things covered now. So if you'd like to find out more, please visit my website, call me or send me an email. My website address appears below, and other ways of contacting me are at the end of the video. I'd be happy to discuss things further. It's my intention to make more videos dealing with specific issues, so please, if you found this video useful in any way, please subscribe, and thank you for joining me in my garden and watching my video. Thank you.